I'd like to greet all human beings all around the world with the universal greetings of peace and the blessings of God be with you. It doesn't matter what your political, philosophical, personal, nor religious beliefs may be. It doesn't matter whether you're the richest to the poorest person on the face of this earth. It doesn't matter if you're the proclaimed toughest to the proclaimed weakest person on the face of this earth. It doesn't matter if you're my family, friends, or my proclaimed enemies. It doesn't matter whether you like me or my YouTube videos or you give me thumbs up or thumbs down. It doesn't matter if you're light-skinned or dark-skinned. I greet all of you all with that same universal greetings of peace and the blessings of God be with you. Today happened to be Monday, May the 25th, 2020, time of the vision. Time being about 8:10 p.m. 2020 time change. Time for people of color to wake up. Time for people of color to join together and stand up against racism. Time for people of color to stand up against black on black crime, black on black violence. Today, what I want to talk about is the not just the critics, but to show that the racism is really strong here in Charleston, Missouri, Mississippi County, when you go up against certain people, certain families, certain groups. It's really deep with the racism. White supremacists. White supremacists today here in Charleston, Missouri, Mississippi County, they have united with sellout blacks. That's what the leaders here in Charleston, Missouri is. 99% of them is sellout blacks. And I'm going to show you something. When you voting against certain people or going up against certain families, I'm going to show you what the results is. Yesterday, I showed you an individual got on my YouTube video and commented by the name of Tony Montana and said I should have grew up in Alabama in the 1960s with my dumb, smart A mouth talking about the sheriff. Now, I'm voting for a different sheriff than I voted for in the special election of January the 29th of 2019. I'm voting against that particular sheriff now and voting for Keith Moore in the election for 2020. I didn't get these type of threats when I was voting against Keith Moore. But now that I'm voting against the present sheriff, I want y'all to see something. Now, first I get the little comment by Tony Montana saying that I should have grew up in the 60s in Alabama. He made that comment when I'm talking about unity in the black community. Let me show you a couple of more that Tony just made. Let's get the first one. If you can see it good, he said, you pick and choose the things you show. Now, he made another statement under that. Let's read it right quick. It wasn't about that particular video. It's all I guess he wanted to spell stupid. But a stupid person can't spell stupid. Stupid stuff you do. Now, let's go back to the first one here. You pick and choose the things you show. If he could spell stupid, he would know the definition of stupid. If he knew that it's my YouTube channel and that's my prerogative to choose what I want to put on my YouTube video. Now, if he's man or woman enough and come and ask me to give him an interview, I don't care if he's talking about blacks. I'll give it to him. But he's a coward. Let's go. And got up another a YouTube channel now. We're going to go to it now. And the individual name, if you can see it, is Thomas Goodwin. And Thomas Goodwin said, there is a tree with another illiterate. I guess he meant to spell name on it, boy. We know in the South, back in the 60s, that's what they called us blacks. Boy, bubble, in the N-word. And when they talk about trees, if you know Billie Holiday, she made a song about those strange fruits hanging in those southern trees. In other words, blacks hanging in there because them coward white supremacists hung them. But let me tell Tommy Goodwin, I don't care who your family is. When you get ready to put a rope around my neck, have your whole family with you. I don't care how old they is. I'll put all them on a rope and put y'all in the trees. You see, I'm not none of Emmett Tibbs like you cowards did him in Money, Mississippi in the 50s. Claim he whistled at a white woman and she later said that he didn't even do it, but you hung the young brother and beat him. Before I let y'all do me, I don't care if you got a badge on. I don't care if you got a black robe on. If you come to me like you did Emmett Tibbs, believe me, you're going to die in that robe. You're going to die with that badge on. I don't care about y'all being a part of the police department and the sheriff department. We know the present sheriff and the present chief of police work hand in hand. Y'all don't care what happened in the black community. Now, there is some Charleston, Missouri police that I know that do care, but they can't do it by themselves. This just to show y'all how racist it is in here in Charleston, Missouri, Mississippi County. But little do they know, the day they take my life, I bet you one thing for sure. If I don't live to see it, Charleston, Missouri would go up in flames. It'll be a race war up in this town. And sellout blacks and white supremacists will be getting eliminated. You see, you remember how y'all did in Tulsa, Oklahoma? Killing all them blacks, but they stood up against y'all. The same thing that happened in 2020. Ain't nobody scared of you racist cowards and you sellout blacks. Now, if you don't like me talking loud, you come on over here with your rope or act like it's the 1960s. You see what I'm saying? Act like it's the 1960s. It down here, it is like the 1960s. All you got to do is look at the police department. $800,000 to remodel the police department here in Charleston, Missouri. The chief and the captain get new SUVs and hand down their old SUV to the black sergeant. He don't realize it. He don't see it. But that's just Charleston, Missouri, y'all. Everybody ain't accepting this racism. If you don't like who I'm voting for, come try to take the sign out. You don't like who I'm voting for and think I got a smart mouth, then all you have to do is come and try to shut it up. You see, one thing about me, when you try to put a rope around my neck, it ain't gonna be no wounding. You come at me with guns like you did that young brother in Georgia, I'm gonna take it from him and take your head off. Anybody with you, I'm gonna take your head off. Ain't nobody playing with y'all in 2020. Ain't nobody going back to 1619, you racist cowards, you sellout blacks. Y'all going right along with them when that war started. Tracy Chapman talked about it. Bob Marley talked about it. Stand up, stand up, stand up. Stand up for your rights. Talking about a revolution. Peace be still.